Imagine a plant, vibrant and resilient, that once fueled mighty empires, sustained millions through famine, and was revered as a sacred gift from the gods. Now picture that same plant, dismissed, forgotten, and often eradicated as nothing more than a stubborn weed by modern agricultural practices. This is the paradoxical story of Amaranthus spp, commonly known as amaranth, a true supergrain that defies easy categorization. It's a plant bursting with protein, incredibly drought-resistant and astonishingly versatile. Yet it somehow slipped from its pedestal as a primary food source into relative obscurity. How did a crop so vital, so deeply intertwined with human survival and culture, become so overlooked? For millennia, amaranth was not just food, it was life itself. Its ancient roots stretch back to the heart of pre-Columbian civilizations, particularly the sophisticated societies of the Aztecs and Incas. In these grand empires, amaranth wasn't merely a dietary supplement, it was a cornerstone of their existence, a primary food source that rivaled maize and beans in importance. The Aztecs, for instance, wove it into their religious ceremonies, creating intricate idols from its seeds mixed with honey, which they then consumed in sacred rituals. This deep cultural and spiritual significance earned it the evocative nickname, the golden grain of the gods. Beyond its sacred status, amaranth was a nutritional marvel. It offered a complete protein profile, something incredibly rare in the plant kingdom, often surpassing the protein content of common grains like rice or corn. While most plant-based proteins lack one or more essential amino acids, amaranth proudly boasts all 9, including lysine, which is often deficient in other grains. This made it an indispensable component of ancient diets, providing the sustained energy and robust health necessary for building monumental civilizations and thriving in challenging environments. Its adaptability was another key to its enduring success. Amaranth is an incredibly resilient plant, capable of flourishing in harsh, arid climates where other crops would wither and die. This remarkable hardiness made it a reliable food source even during periods of drought or environmental stress, cementing its role as a safeguard against famine. Imagine the sheer ingenuity of these ancient peoples, recognizing and cultivating a plant that could feed their populations year after year, regardless of the capricious whims of weather. Its vibrant leaves were also consumed as a nutritious vegetable, adding another layer of utility to this extraordinary plant. The sheer breadth of its historical significance, from sacred offerings to daily sustenance, paints a picture of a crop that should have retained its global prominence. Yet its story took a dramatic turn, one that saw it cast aside in favor of other, often less nutritious, alternatives. The mystery deepens when we consider its unparalleled nutritional superiority and its incredible ability to thrive where other plants fail. How could such a powerhouse be forgotten? Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. The answer to Amaranth's puzzling decline lies buried in the annals of conquest and agricultural revolution. The arrival of European colonizers in the Americas marked a cataclysmic turning point for this venerated grain. As empires fell, so too did the cultural and religious practices associated with the indigenous peoples. Amaranth, deeply interwoven with Aztec rituals, was deliberately suppressed by the Spanish conquistadors, who viewed its ceremonial use as a pagan affront to their Christian beliefs. Fields of amaranth were destroyed, and its cultivation was often outlawed under penalty of death, forcing entire populations to abandon their ancestral staple. This was not merely an agricultural shift, it was a cultural purging, an attempt to erase the very identity of the conquered peoples. Simultaneously, the introduction of new crops from Europe and Africa, particularly wheat and barley, began to displace amaranth in the agricultural landscape. While these new grains offered different benefits, they lacked the complete nutritional profile and extreme resilience of amaranth. The focus shifted, driven by colonial preferences and the economic incentives of monoculture farming. Amaranth, once the backbone of diets, slowly receded into the shadows, cultivated only in isolated pockets by those who clung to their traditions in secret. Compounding this historical suppression was a fundamental misunderstanding of Amaranth's nature within modern agricultural frameworks. Its aggressive growth, once a celebrated trait that ensured bountiful harvests even in challenging conditions, began to be perceived as a problem. In the context of large-scale mechanized monoculture, where vast fields are dedicated to a single crop, Amaranth's tendency to sprout vigorously and outcompete other plants made it an unwelcome intruder. It was no longer seen as a resilient food source, but as a persistent weed, disrupting neat rows of corn or soybeans and requiring costly herbicides to manage. This perception solidified its status as an agricultural outcast, not worth the investment of research or cultivation efforts compared to established commodity crops. The absence of modern agricultural research and investment further cemented its obscurity. While billions were poured into optimizing yields for corn, wheat, and rice, Amaranth received negligible attention. There were no government subsidies, no university grants dedicated to improving its varieties, no marketing campaigns to promote its consumption. It simply faded from mainstream diets, becoming a forgotten relic of a bygone era, a stark contrast to its once sacred status. Yet, despite this deliberate suppression and subsequent neglect, Amaranth's inherent nutritional power remained undiminished, waiting to be rediscovered. As modern dietary science advanced, researchers began to re-examine ancient grains, unraveling the secrets that ancient civilizations intuitively understood. What they found confirmed its legendary status. Amaranth is a powerhouse of nutrients. It offers a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids necessary for human health, a rarity in the plant kingdom. This makes it an invaluable resource, especially for vegetarian and vegan diets, providing essential building blocks often lacking in plant-based meals. Crucially, Amaranth is particularly rich in lysine, an amino acid often deficient in other common grains like corn and wheat. Beyond protein, it's packed with dietary fiber, aiding digestion and promoting gut health. It's an excellent source of vital minerals too: iron, crucial for oxygen transport; magnesium, essential for over 300 biochemical reactions in the body; and calcium, fundamental for bone health, often surpassing cow's milk in content. Its impressive array of antioxidants further contributes to overall well-being, helping to combat oxidative stress. Compared to modern staples, Amaranth's nutrient density is truly remarkable. A serving of amaranth often provides more iron than spinach, more calcium than milk, and more fiber than whole wheat, all while being naturally gluten-free. This last quality makes it a godsend for individuals with celiac disease or gluten sensitivities, offering a delicious and versatile alternative to wheat-based products. Its potential health benefits extend to managing blood sugar levels due to its high fiber content and supporting cardiovascular health. The very qualities that made it an ancient superfood are now being recognized anew, painting a picture of a grain that was unjustly sidelined. The question now becomes, how is this ancient marvel re-emerging in our modern world? The question now becomes, how is this ancient marvel re-emerging in our modern world? Fortunately, Amaranth is indeed experiencing a renaissance, slowly but surely finding its way back onto our plates and into our fields. You can now find it in health food stores, often alongside quinoa and chia, testifying to its renewed status as a superfood. It's being incorporated into a surprising array of specialty products, from gluten-free flours and pastas to energy bars and breakfast cereals, offering nutritious alternatives to traditional processed foods. For those eager to embrace this ancient grain, incorporating amaranth into daily cooking is remarkably simple and rewarding. Its versatility is one of its greatest strengths. One of the most delightful ways to enjoy amaranth is popped, much like popcorn. Simply heat a dry pan over medium-high heat, add a small amount of amaranth grains, and watch them puff up into tiny, crunchy morsels in seconds. These popped grains are fantastic sprinkled over salads, yogurt, or even eaten plain as a light snack. When boiled, amaranth cooks into a creamy, porridge-like consistency, perfect for a nourishing breakfast or a side dish. Use a ratio of about 1 part amaranth to 2. 5 or 3 parts water, simmer for 20 to 25 minutes, and season to taste. Its slightly nutty, earthy flavor pairs well with both sweet and savory ingredients. For baking, amaranth flour, often mixed with other gluten-free flours, adds a rich nutritional boost and a unique texture to breads, muffins, and pancakes. Beyond the kitchen, amaranth offers a compelling option for home gardeners and a beacon of hope for sustainable agriculture. Growing amaranth is surprisingly easy, even for beginners. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, requiring minimal fuss once established. Its rapid growth and drought tolerance make it an ideal choice for those looking to cultivate resilient and low-maintenance crops. The leaves can be harvested young for a nutritious green, similar to spinach, while the seed heads mature later in the season. Its ability to flourish in diverse conditions, from arid landscapes to urban gardens, underscores its potential as a climate-resilient crop. Indeed, amaranth's ecological benefits are profound. In an era grappling with climate change and global food insecurity, its inherent hardiness and efficiency in nutrient uptake position it as a vital player in the future of sustainable farming. It requires less water than many conventional crops and can thrive in marginal lands, making it an ethical choice for regions facing environmental challenges. By re-embracing amaranth, we're not just bringing a forgotten superfood back. We're investing in a more secure, nutritious, and environmentally conscious food system. Yet, despite all its undeniable virtues, its incredible nutritional profile, its historical pedigree, its adaptability, and its ease of cultivation, a profound question lingers. If amaranth is so nutritious, so resilient, and so historically significant, why isn't it a global staple once again? Why does it remain a niche product in most parts of the world, often overshadowed by less nutrient-dense grains? This question forces us to reflect on the very foundations of our modern agricultural system and our dietary choices. Have we become so entrenched in monoculture and convenience that we overlook the immense wisdom embedded in ancient practices? It challenges us to consider the implications of prioritizing yield and uniformity over biodiversity and holistic nutrition. The story of amaranth is a powerful reminder that what we perceive as a weed might in fact be a forgotten treasure, a testament to nature's ingenuity and the resilience of life. Perhaps it's time to redefine our understanding of what constitutes a valuable crop. Should we rethink our definition of a weed when it comes to forgotten superfoods like amaranth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What other forgotten foods do you think deserve a second look? Your perspective helps us uncover more stories like this.